There are plenty of great phrases in today's readings, but the one that touched me was the one where the Lord was saying, "Come, let us set things right." And it caused me to wonder, what is it in our lives that needs to be addressed this Lent? What needs to be set right? Other than my postnasal drip. In our first reading, God strongly speaks to the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, and he tells them to wash themselves clean and to put away their misdeeds and to cease doing evil. So we could ask ourselves, what needs to be washed clean in our lives? What misdeeds or even temptations do we need to put away? At times, and this is just a quick list, it's our criticism of others, or perhaps it's a preoccupation with others' wealth or their possessions. For others, it is the abuse of alcohol or drugs, or the misuse of our phones or tablets that does not lead to good or holiness, just to name a few. God goes on to encourage sinners to learn to be good, that so no matter how vivid our sins are, our souls may be washed as clean as the white of snow or of wool. What a great image of purity, fresh as the driven snow or the whitest of wool. And especially during Lent, we can take from this message this reminder to examine our consciences each day. And when in mortal sin, to not wait, but to go to confession, and of course, with the grace of absolution, to be forgiven and to stop sinning. But there is more. There is more to setting things right when it comes to God. He reminds us that we are called to strive for justice, that we are to make amends for any wrong that we've done. And in particular, he mentions to attend to widows and to orphans. This second part of setting things right is the acknowledgement that we as Christians are called to help fix things that both man and the human condition has caused. And this includes looking at those around us who are in need. And yes, there are orphans and widows to help and defend. But I would say we could also expand that to include those who are struggling with mental or physical illness, struggling with loneliness. There are people who have trouble making friends or being friends due to past experiences and present circumstances. These are the people who on the first or second or more tries just aren't easy to be with, but God is calling us to do our best to help. My brothers and sisters, setting things right involves a conversion of the heart and the mind. And it leads to following Jesus more closely in every part of our lives, not just the parts that we like to work on, but also the hard ones. And being a Christian, as we all know, it's a full-time job, but more importantly, it's a way of life. This Lent, though it may not seem that we're making the progress as quickly as we would like, what Jesus wants is our full trust in him. He wants our full desire and our full effort, whatever we can give, because he can work with what we give him. And even if it is over and over again on the same things, he wants us to not only hear and to believe what he is saying, but to do something about it. So ask again for all of us, what is it that needs to be set right? A friend of mine has often said this about his house: there's always something to work on. Well, I think the same could be said for our souls too. May God bless you and your families this holy day, and let us set things right with God's grace and do it together, beginning in our families.